Hi folks, today we're looking at a short passage in Matthew's Gospel. It's a story where Joseph has discovered that Mary is pregnant. They're not married yet. In that culture that's an absolute no-no. He was determined that he was going to put her away quietly and end the marriage, and then he goes to sleep. He has this amazing dream where an angel appears to him, reassures him that what's happening is of God, that it's all been prophesied many hundreds of years before in the Old Testament, and he doesn't need to worry, that he can put his hope and trust in God. And in the end, what Joseph does is he does put his hope and trust in God on the basis of what God has already said. And for me, as a scientist at heart, that's what my training was, that's what I did before I was ordained, I've always found the truthfulness of what Christians claim to be the most important thing that gives me hope for the future. Whether I feel close to God or a long way from God, what I'm certainly putting my trust in is the fact that God became a human being. He was born in Bethlehem. He lived. He did the things that the Gospels record he did. He died. He rose again, and he gives his Holy Spirit to those who believe and trust in him. It's nothing to do with feelings. It's to do with the fact that that's what God has done. And that's what I put my hope in, whether I'm feeling up or whether I'm feeling down, in what God has done and what God has said. I was very struck the other day reading at the beginning of Luke's Gospel, where Luke talks about how he got to write his Gospel in the first place. And he wrote it to a guy called Theophilus, and he says in verse 4 of chapter 1, and this might be something that you might like to take away today and think about. He says that he wrote these things so that you might have certainty of the things that you're taught. Not, take it or leave it, not whether you feel good about it or don't feel good about it, that you might have certainty. And that's what I put my hope in every day.